Metroidvanias. I love it. You love it. Silksong just released. Let's get into Monster Sanctuary. Welcome back to the manor, dear guests. I'm Yangbumo, and this is Elion, the Ghost Maid. Today's story will be about Monster Sanctuary. But let me explain first the genre of Metroidvanias. A classic genre of gaming that has taken over the masses throughout the decades. It's a type of game where you explore different areas that have different obstacles for you to overcome by unlocking different abilities as the story progresses. And this game is not just that, no siree. It's also a monster taming game, my favorite. Okay, enough of the yapping. Here's your spoiler warning as I play through Monster Sanctuary. Born into a family of 4 spectral guardian to be my first monster. But what? How can I choose among all these cool looking monsters? We have Wolfpack, form of Alpha Wolf, Frogger, Mufasa the Lion King, and Mega Halucha? I go with the hawk to a cliff and name her Vanessa after the Falcon of the West. I begin my journey and find the slime. In this game, if you want to obtain a new monster, you have to beat them up as good as you can, so you can earn a rating out of 5 stars. The higher the rating, the higher chance you can obtain their egg. As I defeat the blob and get its egg, I hatch it and name it after the most powerful slime I know, Rimuru. After leveling up, I find out that you can obtain skill points. That can only mean one thing. A skill tree. Gotta love it. I can build my monster any way I want. I'll make her have a buff first. I explore the mountain path, gaining more monster eggs and gear to equip to make my team stronger. I almost forgot to mention, all the monsters have exploration abilities that you can use to progress through the area or unlock chests for goodies. One of these abilities is Vanessa's skill to fly me up a little bit so I can close gaps when jumping. At the end of the mountain path, we find Old Man Buran, who teaches us how to fight. Sir, I don't think your team of blobs can beat my team. Let's battle. I buff my team using Vanessa's might skill, then lower her defense with Rimuru's rain. The Flappy Bird I just got also is super effective against the blobs, which helped a lot. Then comes the second phase. Old Buran summons a steam golem as a final test. I use the same strategy as before. Vanessa buffs the whole team while Rimuru breaks his defenses. Knowing that this guy's weak to wind, our team will have no problem beating this guy up. We step up our strat by poisoning him as well, which will prove to be useful until the very end of the run. Vanessa conjures the power of Thor to absolutely decimate the Steam Golem's health bar, until it finally goes down. Great job, team! The old man tells us that monsters like that Steam Golem that Aura farms are called champion monsters. Powered up versions of monsters that need to be dealt with to uphold peace. Alright sir, I'm on it. Next up on our agenda is to head to the Keeper's Stronghold to meet up with the other spectral keepers. I slowly build a starting team on the way. Joining in is this walrus looking thing that can break walls. An odd rock. It was then I encountered my next champion monster. A monk was no match for our team, since it was especially weak to Rimuru's slime shot. On our last slot for the time being is a cat zerker, who I name Mau Mau. But then I find a monster who will eventually be one of the MVPs of this playthrough, Maggie the Magma Pillar. Aw, she's so cute. The Keeper's Stronghold. Reminds me of one of the Minecraft structures you find in SMPs. Vanessa urges us to explore the area below the stronghold. The Blue Caves is our next destination. So, we gear up and prepare for the upcoming expedition. Oh hey, we can channel the golem again. Let's try to get 5 stars on it. And bam! Whoa, we just got its egg! I'd like my steam golem soft-boiled, thank you very much. Welcome to the team, Pepper. We head into the Blue Caves and find one of our fellow spectral keepers, Will, and his spectral toad. He mentions that the other 2 spectral keepers, Julia and Leonard, are already exploring the other areas. We might bump into them then. We explore the Blue Caves, where with all these jump gaps around, I should be able to use Vanessa's skill effectively. Looks like these platforms need to be leveled. There you go. Some of these places are hard to reach. If only I can get some more air. My prayers just got answered. I got me some double jump boots. That's a pretty sassy looking cave. I'll come back to that later. And what do we have here? A plague doctor? What you doing here, man? Oh, and he's gone. Weird. Will, you okay? You seem to be pretty busy with that Minotaur. Let's take it out to get... Oh, okay, he's just sitting back. Thanks a lot, man. I'll send this bull back to Danmachi. Let's see what Pepper can do. Shield. Activate. Having some extra defense ain't so bad. Vanessa uses her explosion as it deals a lot of damage to Ferdinand. I swap out Pepper with Mau Mau to inflict bleed for some more chip damage, and then it finally disintegrates. That's another champion monster down. We say goodbye to Will so we can venture into the caves even deeper. Hey, Vanessa, isn't it weird that we can just breathe underwater?
I'm under the water.
Oh, now Rocky's powers can come in handy. Oh, hey dude, cool, cat you got there. He gives us some shards that can teleport us back to base. Sweet! In this room, we have a Skeletor. He's weak to magic. Good thing I have Sans, the Frosty. Freeze! We head back to the stronghold where Will tells us about the war between keepers, like me, and the alchemists of the old world, like the guy in the mask earlier. And in order for us to investigate further into them, we need to become full-fledged keepers. Will, let's battle. I have Sans use Safecast to defend my party, and Lori's Spectral Toad's defense. We trade blows back and forth. I decide to focus in on his magma pillar, whittling it down, but Will had a plan. Will goes after Vanessa, and she goes down. No! My ace monster. This is when my team started to fall apart, with the rest of my team not being able to do enough damage. All I can do is stall the inevitable. We reach the limit where the game gives us infinity buffs to each keeper that makes them deal a bunch of more damage. After a while, I lose. In my first battle too? That's crazy. Another one! Wait, what do you mean I can't rematch him? I won't forget this humiliation, Will. If only I got rid of your Toad first, I would have won. Foreshadowing. Alright, Keeper Trainer, I have come to hone my skills. And I've refined my team. Instead of Sans the Frosty, I hatched a Grummy off-screen, who I named Kazulu. Let's test it out. Pepper shields the entire team, and Mau Mau buffs it with regeneration. Our focus is to take down his healer, Blob. Once Kazulu poisons everyone, I bring out Rimuru to heal our team. Once I obtain the affinity buff from before, it's time to dish out some real damage. I take out his Tengu next since it can deal a lot of fire damage. I finally send out Vanessa to take the rest of the team out with her explosion. We head into the stronghold dungeon to investigate further. It was there we meet Julia, the keeper of the spectral wolf. She gives us a tip about goblins in the ancient forest. Continuing down the dungeon, we unlock puzzles and paths. I even hatch a Crackle Knight from one of the enemies. He'll be our mystery Mouseketool for later. Huh, I wonder what that blob statue is for. We later find a path that leads to the magma chamber. Vanessa, go! Go! I don't think I can go here yet. Oh well. Speaking of wells, we bump into Will again. I'll make sure you lose your Toad. Foreshadowing. We help him once again against the champion monster. With Vanessa's explosion and burn, it went down pretty easily. Barely an inconvenience. At the depths of the stronghold, we discover the ancient library where another alchemist has been gathering info. I send out my own Crackle Knight to bleed his remaining monsters. And finish the battle. That was a tough fight. Am I right, Will? Will? Oh no. They took your Toad? Talk about being careful about what I wish for, huh? Don't worry, buddy. I'll get him back for you. I promise. Now that my character has motivation, I ask Will about lore, and he yaps accordingly. Marduk, the leader of the alchemists, is back to bring the old world order against the keepers. So now we gotta stop him. We heed Julia's tip from before and we venture out into the forest next, where lots of woodland-looking monsters and goblins reside. As I wander inside the forest, I get this drop from a moth-looking monster called a cocoon. Peculiar. Guys, I think I'm lost. All these red and blue stitches are driving me insane. That was when I found this big looking tree near the teleporting crystal. So you're saying I can evolve monsters? Oh, so you already know. I used the cocoon on Maggie, turning into a magma moth. She's beautiful. I set up her skill tree and oh, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Deep into the woods, wooden structures meet my eye when goblin monsters of different kinds start attacking me. And that's when we find Ostanes, the first alchemist we ever meet. Same plan as before, defense down first, attack later. Thanks to Maggie's passive, she and everyone else gets a shield for free whenever she attacks. She also acts as our secondary support with a healing wave and quicken. After Kozulu is taken out, Pepper steps in to shield everyone once again. Vanessa is also overpowered, so I have to send Rimuru in to debuff. Maggie proves to be the MVP for this fight as she defeats multiple enemies with great damage output. Julia joins us to apprehend Ostanes. Now we're going up towards Goblin's lair. Our next champion monster awaits us, the Goblin King. With minions in tow, looks like we have to deal with them first. Vanessa gives the team might, and the Kozulu starts stacking regeneration. So, we auto-heal. Pepper gives the Goblin King a bunch of burns. Just watch that HP drop. Your rule is over. Checking up on Ostanes, we meet Eric, the Keeper Dragoon of the Stronghold. He tells us that Marduk, the leader of the alchemists, is hiding in a tower, just like Rapunzel. So we need the key of Ganondorf's Triforce to barge in and beat him up. But first, we need to head to the snowy peaks and find the oracle that'll tell us how to get the key in the first place. Time to make like Elsa and let it go. We head west of the mountain trail where a bunch of ice monsters melt at the sight of Vanessa's flames. I'm not sure how to unlock these chests. I'm pulling the lever. Let's look around. Oh, okay, I get now. You know when there are times when you just miss a jump? Yeah. Uh-oh, the floor's crumbling now, gotta hurry. Ah, finally. The teleporter. What do you mean I can't go into the lake because it's cold? We start playing Peak, going from each platform until we meet the seamstress. That'll give us some warm clothes. Thanks for the drip, ma'am. Now that the cold can't bother me anyway. I think I'm lost. Let's just keep heading down. Oh hey man, nice koi fish you got there. You know which way I'm supposed to go? Into the cold water. Right. Is that the lost girl from Terraria? Alright, Oracle Lady. Let's do this. Is that an Alago from Xenoblade Chronicles? We burn it multiple times and zap it with lightning. When it goes into half health, we swap out Vanessa with Maggie, comboing many hits to maximize Maggie's air sickle attack, bringing the champion down. No sweat. The Oracle tells us to collect 4 Sanctuary tokens to unlock the Underworld, where the key of power is. With new levels, I further expand my team's skill trees, giving them even more passives and power-ups, like Maggie's passive to gain a charge for the team whenever an enemy takes burns. Which is great, since charge stacks give more damage boosts. With 1 Sanctuary token already given to us by the Oracle, we meet up with the guy with the koi. Is that a lizard guy? I am for sure naming you Gabiru. So, we have to bump up this tower, huh? We gotta unflood this place then. Down in the Sun Palace, I discover a bunch of levers that need to be pulled in a specific order. 1 trillion years later. I crack the code and the tower goes up 1 level. I use the kangaroo monster I got in the snowy peaks to jump across the map with ease. Okay, water, down the drain you go. Let's look for another layer. Alright, what do we have here? Another champion monster. A Chillin? Weak to debuffs, I see. Routine dictates poison, burn, and bleed. And oh wow, it really is weak to debuffs. Goodbye, Ganyu. I think we need 1 more lever. It should be around here somewhere. Oh, yep, there you go. What's in this pot? I guess we're handling 1 more champion monster before we get to the top. This little wiggly weasel, a couple of shocks from Vanessa should do it. Finally, at the tippy top of the Sun Palace, where the sun has been shining at this time of year at this time of day, completely localized in this underground dungeon. The caretaker tells us that his fish was stolen by another alchemist, Zosimos, where he plans to turn the sun on and off just like Nosferatu in that one SpongeBob episode. Little did I know that this fight was going to be my toughest one yet. With both Grummy and Garulu on his team, he starts stacking defense shredding debuffs and poison onto my team. Talk about a taste of my own medicine. One by one, my team falls without me taking out one of his monsters. It's time to reevaluate my team. The next try, I send out Pepper to first shield my team, but a stackable defense shred is just too much. I managed to have Vanessa take out his Grummy, but my team is defeated once again. Over and over, I lose. Even with changing up my team's moves and strategies, it was then I remembered. If I stall out turns to get the infinity buff, I might have a chance. 15 tries later, I'm at a point where I can stall for time. And wouldn't you know it, the infinity buffs finally kick in. Pepper shields, Rimuru heals, and Maggie heals. When Maggie goes down, Kazulu comes out to lower their defense. Zosimo sends out the Dark Koi of the Caretaker that has been shifted because of the sun. Gabiru throws spears at the last of his monsters, becoming the MVP of this long-fought battle. And the second token is mine. I don't think the sun should be doing that. Wait, what are you doing, Koi? No! Biff! I'm sorry about your loss, man. Is this for me? My very own Koi! Thank you. Now we can swim wherever. The Caretaker tells us about shifting, where monsters either turn to the light side or the dark side because of the sun, or in this case, shift stones. We hatch our Koi egg. You'll be on our team from now on, Yue. Looks like her skills are good for crit buffing? That's awesome! And healing too! Using the shift stone that I got from the Caretaker, I immediately use it on Yue to make herself light in remembrance of the Dark Koi. To just sacrifice itself. Alright, Keeper Trainer, have a taste of my new team! With Pepper being my dedicated shielder, Yue for healing and buffs, and Maggie for DOT damage and all-rounding. We are awarded another shift stone that I use on Maggie, who's been doing a fantastic job as being a primary opener to battles. You're going to the dark side. With Yue on my team, I can now swim underwater. I grab a few more chests in the Sun Palace before going to the beach. It's the beach episode! While exploring, we bump into the last of the Spectral Keepers, Leonard. I'm pretty sure he's a narcissist? Exploring beneath the shores with Yue, finding treasure and swimming through currents. It was then, at a deep cave. How's the weather down there? Okay, fine, I'll rescue you. Vanessa, do your thing. What do you mean that you can't lift a lot? I get it. He must be pretty heavy. Let's go find a more powerful flyer. Hippity hoppity. Oh wow, that thing looks like a pterosaur. One egg hatching later, I obtain Ridley, the Kongamato. Up and away! Yes, even more verticality. Come on, Yue, let's head back there. Aw man, these water currents really suck. After getting edged by the water walls, Yue guides me to some pufferfish and grants me an egg. Will this do the trick? I name it Peter, and we barge right through the currents. Oh, another shift stone. I'll put that into good use. Kazulu, your inner Eldritch. Excellent. Ridley, send Leonard flying. I believe you owe me one. Now come with me. We rendezvous with Julia at the deepest part of the shores. 3 pedestals for 3 tamers. I mean, we just gotta, right? We are confronted by the King Jelly from SpongeBob. Julia then challenges us to see who will defeat this prize. Keeper Julia, bring it on. Okay, I may be a tad underleveled. Nah, I believe in my team. Unleash my 3 dark monsters and start off by poisoning her bear with Kazulu. Then Yue uses Mass Restore to cleanse my debuffs. Maggie gains charge stacks by inflicting burns and crits with her Ignite, getting rid of the bear. With Maggie's passive, I also give charges to the rest of my team, while Kazulu gains H stacks, buffs that make him more sturdy in battle. When Yue has a large amount of stacks, I use her water attacks to drown Julia's cat. When Julia brings out the wolf inside her, 1 acid rain from Kazulu is enough to take it out and the rest of her team. winning the battle. After which we try and take down the King Jelly. As it is weak to neutral attacks, Maggie and their Arcane Bolt is enough to catch this jellyfish. That had to be one of the easiest champions. Period. Anyways, we split the treasure and I acquire my third Sanctuary token. Just one more. Is it just me or is it hot in here? We're in the Magma Caverns after all. The dwelling, many Draconid enemies, and goblin miners are. We rock and stone through the caves until we bump into 3 blob statues. Huh, these look pretty sus and old. And if there's anyone I know who's old, it's Old Man Duran. Alright dude, tell me about them slimes. He challenges us to one last fight to make him spill the beans. With a full team of different slimes, he actually managed to defeat my team. That rainbow slime is such a pain. Oh, I got an idea. On the second try, I use a couple of shift stones that I got from a goblin miner not too long ago to turn Rimuru into the blue slime he was always meant to be. Alright, it's slime time. With Rimuru's new passive, I can spread debuffs onto the enemy much faster, and that was the key for my victory. So, we gotta unlock all 3 blob statues in the other areas, huh? Alright, but it seems like we have more urgent matters to do first. We ask Will for help to unlock the runestone in the cavern so we can dig deeper. Come on, you can do it. The Omni Ring. I can put that on Vanessa. As I hop and fly through the rest of the caverns, I meet the champion monster Asura, who is in possession of the last token that I need. As this guy is weak to water, I have Yue, Kozulu, and Rimuru take on this guy, applying the usual debuffs and splashing him relentlessly. Looks like you won't be showing me your wrath anytime soon. I believe there was one last place I haven't explored yet. This opening right here, I couldn't reach it before. The mystical workshop. Constructs reside. Like Pepper, we meet an alchemist that wants to help us in exchange for knowledge. I don't know, man. But if Vanessa is alright with you, then sure. 3 chests? For free? Oh man, I feel like free run right now. Oh, this construct looks pretty cool. Exploring the steampunk area, we find mythical workshop keys that'll help us access the upper areas of the workshop. So you're saying there's a champion monster around here? Yep, there it is. A goblin pilot, weak to wind and water. My team's got plenty of it. Maggie applies the sidekick buff to Rimuru, so that his acid will do a lot more damage to the pilot, short-circuiting its machines and ending him like Obadiah Stane. Trevisan the alchemist then dumps lore onto us about Marduk and his demonic connection to the Mad Eye enemies. But first, Vanessa, shine bright! The shifted team is complete. With the workshop now explored, it's time to unlock all of the blob statues. 1 in the workshop, 1 in the stronghold, and 1 in the Sun Palace. This gives us access to the secret area called Blobberg. This place will be very important for making our team even stronger than it was before. After hopping around like slimes, we meet the final member of our team, a changeling who I name Jellybean. It looks so cool, shape-shifting like that. We open chests in the area, hoping that it unlocks a way for us ahead. Alright Jellybean, turn me into Samus Aran. Excellent. Morphing into the ball is actually pretty fun. Okay, I need to open that chest to progress, but I can't quite reach it. Come on. 1 hour later. Okay, you know what? Maybe flight isn't working. Jellybean, Metroid me. Finally, and there it is. You're the one I've been looking for, King Blob. Weak to debuffs, just like any dedicated buffer would. I stack burns, poisons, and defense shreds on it, but it continues to cleanse himself. Maggie and Vanessa getting defeated, but the age stacks on Kozulu work in his favor to make him more tanky. Now, the real challenge has just begun. Alright, Boss Keeper, let the King Blob loose. I fight it again in hopes of getting a higher score, adjusting my strategy to just focus on lowering his HP as fast as I can. It took a couple of tries, But in the end, I just needed to add an extra shock debuff to get 5 stars, giving us the Majestic Crown. Your crown, my lord. Welcome home, your majesty. With Rimuru evolved, I now have an even more powerful healer and buffer. And with all the tokens at my disposal, I head to the underground where Keeper Dragoon Eric gives us the last token to unlock the underworld. Is what I would have said if he didn't challenge me to a battle first. A lot of monsters on his teams are dragons, just like his title. I put King Rimuru to work, giving my team all the buffs they could ever want. This allows even my support party members to deal immense damage, weakening his team one by one, and without anyone getting defeated too. Sweet. Down the underworld we go, gathering monster eggs for exploration, climbing towers, activating switches, and getting past the first tower. We finally meet up with Leonard again, and this time, we have a proper battle. You're the last of the 4 keepers I need to fight, and now I know better. Say goodbye to your lion. The combo of King Slime's full utility, Maggie's attack shields, and Kazulu's own shield makes us untouchable. I have Jellybean get some action by dealing chip damage to his Uma and slashing his Adarna. Leonard is defeated and humbled, and we continue to venture into the underworld for the key of power. Go Web! Up, up, and away Web! Aw man, even Leonard's Mufasa's been stolen. Zosimos, you're not getting away with this. Oh, so you've got a done hung. Alright, I'll slay your little pet. Draconids are weak to physical attacks, so Maggie's air sickle will be more effective than her ignite. And there you go. Key of power acquired. Up Rapunzel's tower we go. Okay, well what is it this time? A rematch with Will? Oh, I've been waiting for this day for so long. And you have your own Dark Magma Moth? Oh, we got a contender. First things first is to get rid of the healer. Air Sickles takes Frosty out, and he has the same idea. You're well learnt, but I'm still stronger. Knowing the potential of my Maggie, I focus on his new ace monster, getting rid of the threat as fast as possible. The next hard hitter is his Megator. Making use of the charge stacks, I make all my monsters attack, defeating the secondary danger. Now that he's outnumbered, I can take it easy and finish the battle. I finally got my revenge. Come on, Will. Let's get you your frog back. In the final dungeon we go. The abandoned tower. Exploring this place was pretty simple. Just climbing on the ledges until we reach our destination. Wait, Eric, you've been cahoots with the alchemist? Climbing up this tower like something Camp Man. No! Julia, your Wolfie, it's gone! They're not getting away. Zosimos, it's round 3. I'll never forget losing to you a bajillion times. I'm gonna... Wait. No. Maggie goes down really early. I bring out Jellybean to Arcane Bolt his Mad Eye since it's the most threatening. Once his Elder Gel comes out, he hones in on my King Rimuru, and now I'm 1 healer down as well. This is really bad. 2 of my best members down for the count. Arcane Bolt destroys his Elder Gel and Nautilus, thankfully, but his giant rock crushes my shapeshifter. So now it's 3 on 3. Vanessa finally has some spotlight to herself as she is my last damage dealer. One-shotting his rock and Grummy. With one last Cthulhu, Vanessa unleashes her fury, a devastating thunderbolt, to finish the battle. Goodbye, Zosimos. You're really a tough one. But I gotta beat up Chimes and get the spectral monsters back. Oh man, this guy hits hard. I desperately try to make my team healthy. He sends out Will's Toad. Regrettably, I have to beat it up. It tanks hits for the other monsters, so I have no choice than to finish it off first. After the frog comes Narnia, as it defeats King Rimuru. Luckily, Jellybean slashes and bleeds his elephant Bonanza out of here. But Julius Wolf is the last one out and howls away Maggie and Jellybean at the same time. Vanessa reminds them who the best spectral animal is by thundering down the lion and wolf, winning us the fight. It's not over yet though. Our final obstacle is one last fight with Eric. You won't be forgiven, my dude. Before anything else, King Rimurus uses Sustain to give everyone defensive buffs. His passive makes it so that each buff given also gives a random buff on the enemy. Then as per usual, I blind his floating eye. With Kozulu on low health, Rimuru heals him to keep him healthy and shields himself to protect the team. Tsutsune is our next target, and Maggie sets her ablaze. When Kozulu can't take it anymore, I send in Jellybean to slay his burst dragon, one of them almost killing Jellybean. You did great, Jellybean. You can rest now. It's finally over. We won. The sanctuary is sick. Oh, okay, yeah. There's always one final boss. Okay, give it to me. I'm ready. Marduk reveals his true form, a demonic being bent on destroying the sanctuary. I'm not afraid of you. It's just one of you against 6 of me. He proceeds to take out one of my party members. Okay, no sweat. I can always just replay. Wait. Hold on a minute. Why can I switch them out? That's right, he's a champion monster. He slashes away at my team one by one until I lose. That's crazy, man. I mean, in this case, that's mad, lad? After a couple of tries, I was finally able to keep my team healthy enough to survive his attack, all the while having applied enough debuffs for him to taste the full wrath of my team members without any of them going down. Yue heals the team one last time as Maggie uses Air Sickle, but Marduk unfortunately dodges the attack. But I wasn't aiming for him. I just needed the combo meter to go up so that Jellybean can slay this dark beast with one last slash. And with that, all the spectral keepers recovered their monsters, and we finally returned peace to the monster sanctuary. I'm gonna be honest. But I've heard people say that this was their favorite game when it came out. I didn't think too much of it, but I'm glad I was wrong. This is one of the best monster taming games I've ever played. I fell in love with the dungeon crawling, platforming aspect of it all, while trying to get the right monsters that you might need for exploration. Speaking of nabbing monsters, their designs are pretty simple and somewhat generic when comparing to other monster taming games, but the way they're pixel animated makes up for it. The battle system is incredible. Skill trees, buffs, debuffs, and knowing how to juggle different strategies to take down your opponent is something I didn't know I needed. I love it so much. The battles are relatively challenging, especially if you're still trying to get the hang of things. Listen, the dopamine rush from actually winning against another NPC keeper is astounding. You just feel like you have to pat yourself on the back for that one. Please try this game out. I hope you have as much fun with it as I have, especially since I left out the DLC this time. With all that said, thank you for watching. Me and Elion will see you again at the manor for another story.